Hello, it's Hugh here from the workshop. I'm just going to run through some of the things that we discussed on the day that were a real benefit. And the first slide that we have up here is a picture from my favourite paper called Extraneous Factors in Judicial Decision Making. And one of the things that really stands out about this paper is, as you can see, there's three distinct peaks that correlate with the start of the session, the just before break time, and then the end of the lunchtime session, and then that afternoon break. And this paper essentially looked at judges' decision making and how likely they were to grant parole on similar cases. And what it shows clearly is that as fatigue sets in, the decision making process of judges is affected by up to 60%. We like to think that we're really good decision makers, well informed and educated people, and judges are some of the most educated and well informed and highly trained people going, and yet their decision making varies by up to 60% because of fatigue. Why is that important? Well, how often do you make a decision where you're tired, where you haven't been fed, or where you've been under pressure and fatigued? So it's really important to consider the situation you're in before you make any decision. The next thing that really came away from the workshop was decision making categories, how you categorize your decision making. So we had preparation decisions, delay decisions and instant decisions. And what they were was decisions that you can prepare for, so things you know that are coming at you, things that you know that happen every time, all the time, are fairly routine. They have options which are known, and they have a time frame for reply or for when they're going to happen, and it's all known. The next category was decisions you can delay, and that's really decisions where you can actually consult with other people. You've got unknown options and you've got time to get more information, and also the time frame is known and they might be sprung upon you. What also comes into that is what strategies might you have to delay a decision. That becomes really important, and that's a skill in itself. How many people do you know that say, let me get back to you, or I just need to consult with somebody to get more information? Little phrases like that will buy you time to allow you to make a better decision. The last category, and it's marked red, and this is a decision that needs made right on the spot. You've got some options, but you don't have all the options. Maybe you don't have any support and you have no time left. You just have to make the decision there and then. Now those decisions are few and far between, but what I recommend is if you make a list of all the decisions that you have to face throughout the scenario and work, then you can actually identify the preparation ones and the delay ones, and then examples of instant ones, and that will allow you to again turn instant decisions which have historically happened into ones that you can prepare for if the opportunities or the situations crop up again. But when you prepare and understand the decisions you make, then you're more likely to make a successful decision. It takes out some of the pressure. Preparation is essentially the biggest source of confidence that somebody can have. Another issue that you face is that you're working with someone, and therefore it's important for you to get their opinion on decisions and how they would make certain decisions. So by sitting down and having a list of decisions that would affect you throughout the day, for example, who does the paperwork, who does the meet and greet, who deals with the difficult questions, those types of situations, by understanding what decisions you make and who you're making them with, it allows you to work as a team better and produce again a better service for person coming to see you. So now that we have an understanding of the different types of categories of decision making, we're going to relate that into a decision tree. So as you can see, this is a question that affects me every day. Sometime between lunchtime and dinner time is, what should I eat? You know, when you get that pang for something to eat and you don't know what to do. And the first option to make an instant decision is ice cream. The next option is to do something where I can delay it. I can have a sandwich, I can eat that sandwich, and hopefully it'll stave off the hunger and fill me up enough and it won't be too unhealthy. The other thing is then, if I was prepared, I would know when I'm eating dinner, I'd know what time dinner is, I'd know what I'm having and who I'm having it with, and I know it's coming up soon, so I'm prepared and I can wait and delay gratification. What really resonated from the day was understanding that cognitive bias plays a part in how we review what is a good decision. Because of confirmation bias and the other 100 and odd biases in this cognitive bias codex, which is a wonderful image, we can see that there are many ways that the human brain has heuristics which allow us to essentially think we're right when really we're quite wrong. Confirmation bias is one of the most commonly known ones, and that is essentially that what we think, we will look for evidence to support that view. And that essentially means that any decision we make, because we view ourselves as good people, we will view our decisions as good. This is where a decision log becomes really powerful. Because with a decision log, you can put down the decision made, the expected outcome, the actual outcome, and then what you learned from it. And what that will allow you to do is essentially see, was the decision made and the expected outcome match up with the actual outcome. Now, if they do, brilliant, that's fine, continue as normal. If they don't, then you've got an opportunity to learn. Going back to our example, what we have is, we have an example of eating ice cream, and the issue there is, once I start, I can't stop, I'll eat the whole tub. Now, that might have been a bit of a decision on my part to have a snack of ice cream, but actually it turned out really bad. Now, I wouldn't really register that as a bad decision, and I'd forget about that unless I kept a log of the decision I made and the expected outcome. The next thing is the sandwich. That may or may not have caused me to be still hungry, and then I'll go back to, oh no, what should I eat again? And then I might eat more. And the third decision is wait for dinner, and in that one I managed to delay gratification. So from sitting down, making a decision tree of what decisions you make in your profession, you'll then understand what are the pinch decisions, but you can also keep a decision log to educate yourself and inform your decision making, and that will allow you to reduce the effect of cognitive bias on any decisions you make, and that is brilliant. So if you want to get better at making decisions, start a decision log, be aware of your confirmation bias and all the rest of the biases, and keep a record of what you learn as you make these decisions. If you've got a situation that you walk into that's a very tricky situation every day, then make a decision tree and make sure that you understand all the decisions you have to make, and that will allow you to be prepared, and if you're prepared, then you will be confident. Thanks very much. And if you want to get in touch with me, please do. It's podiumpsychology@gmail.com.